Around the Table on Harrison's original KHOZ.
Welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. It is a hump day.
It is, Dan. We did it in synchronize this time.
This is the first time we did that perfectly.
I wanted the people to know that prior to being on like the screen, Dan was playing air piano.
I was playing a Hammond B3.
Is that what?
That's what it was.
He was playing a Hammond B3
with a Wurlitzer.
Y'all miss it though.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
I love a good organ in music. Mm-hmm. But it's got to be a Hammond.
Only the Hammond.
Hammond B3.
Only Hammond will do.
And musicians that are listening to me right now, they know exactly what I'm talking about.
You know, okay. We had a pipe organ, at our church, which was kind of gave me a whole different appreciation for the organ. But yeah, an organ that's this is different.
It's different.
This is a different type of thing. So
good.
Anyway, y'all miss it.
Driving.
Sorry, but I have to tell you about it.
Well, you need to come and buy tickets if you want to watch me play the air Hammond
or
B3.
sit in the lobby. I mean, be waiting to be a guest when you contact us and tell us something cool.
Well, talking about guests, who do we have for guests today?
Santana, Campbell, and Lilly Keel are here from Stone Bank.
From Stone Bank?
Boulder Banking.
Boulder Banking.
Right here, we'll be in the studio.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
You think we could, I wonder if they brought their headshots. Can we get some autographs from them? Before the
Beamer
end of the day?
already has.
Well, we're going to have them on after our first break. Yeah, cut it. She says cut it. Anyway, we always try to have a good time on the show and make everybody feel comfortable. And
this is
at
part
home.
of it.
This is part of it.
Oh.
So.
Okay. Well, Dan.
Yes. It rained last night. Did you know that it rained?
No, I did not. I did not.
Yeah.
I got up this morning and read something that was
yeah, I woke up and I'm thinking, what is that sound? That's pitter-patter of little raindrops on the roof. But I did get a chance to go by and see Brandon Rulli yesterday.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, he sent me a text. He says, could you come over and make sure that Ann is already gone for the day so she doesn't come?
So that's why I didn't get invited?
No.
Because you're a boo-boo?
No, he's asked me several times, and he just happened to send me a text, and I was in my car, and I was on the way.
You just did it.
I said, I'll come over right now. So he's got a cool place.
Well, I saw a few pictures, but it's probably unreal in person.
Yeah, he's got. I think the guy's got more equipment there than the KY3 weather people.
He needs to have a live coverage of his whole. He does during storms. But I mean, I don't know. I just think that's pretty fascinating.
Well, people don't know. Storm Track 360 is a local organization that they're fanatical about covering every aspect of weather, severe weather. And I think their motivation is to keep everybody safe if they can.
I think they truly have that heart to keep people safe,
and
they want to help do that, as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm. So hats off to Brandon Rulli, and he's got a great facility over there. And I said, are you finished buying stuff? He goes, oh, there's always stuff you can get.
And I'm sure there's always upgrades to deal with as well. You can go to our Around the Table Facebook page, and you posted. Did you post pictures on our page?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
And check out the pictures that Dan put on there, showing off Track 360.
He's got a room. The room is probably maybe a little bigger than this room. It's a small. It's not a very large room, but it's like a cockpit. Where you get in and everything's just right there. Hands, and he's got switchers, and he's added a green screen where he can stand in front of the maps and point and stuff, which is really helpful now. So check it out, stormtrack360.com if you want to go there. They have an app if you want to download it on your phone to keep up with. And there's also links on the app to listen to our show and the KHOZ music.
Check that
if you
out.
Want.
Go
Check it out.
check that out for sure.
All right. With that said, let's do some weather.
Okay, well, today, a chance of showers and thunderstorms before 2 p.m. It's iffy.
Oh, you're looking out the window.
I looked out the window. And then more chance of, a thunderstorm later, but mostly cloudy with a high of 85. Chance of precipitation is 70%. New rainfall amounts between half and 3/4 of an inch possible. Where
Which
the
direction
ground is getting wet.
Which direction is that wind coming from?
Southwest.
Okay.
West to southwest,
All
just to
right.
be specific.
Yeah.
Tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely mainly before midnight. Low of 67. Gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is a 60%. And then on tomorrow, what's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Sunny and a high of 88, calm wind. And then Thursday, mostly clear with a low of 67. And go ahead and do the
Friday,
weekend.
high 92. Overnight low for Friday night is 72. No chance of rain. Saturday, high 93. Low 72 for the overnight low for Saturday night. And then Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, it looks like highs are going to be in the low 90s. And then for the overnight lows, is going to be around lower 70s. And the only chance of rain that I see here will be coming around Tuesday. So we'll get an update on the weather next week for you.
We will do her.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
Stay tuned.
Our topic to ponder continues. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what the topic is, or
Health.
the theme of
Health.
the topic to ponder. It is
Isn't it?
what you think about your own health.
Okay.
That's
okay.
what it is.
Okay.
So let's get started with that.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
Okay, I'm going to read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you proactive with your health, or do you wait for others to help you? I am proactive with my health.
Good. Do you
I
know?
could be better.
Do you know
but I am
people
proactive.
that are not proactive at all?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Are you You're proactive.
Yeah.
I know the answer.
I have to be. I would be
Especially
dead.
with
Yes,
diabetes.
diabetes. Yeah, I would be dead if I was not proactive.
Mm-hmm.
If I went for the donuts every day, I'd be dead.
Yeah, you would.
Mm-hmm.
You would. I don't know. I'll be anxious. I think everybody's going to come back and say proactive.
Well, they should be. Everyone should
I
be.
hope that's the answer.
Everyone should be positive about whatever health situation they're in. I mean, even if you're terminal, you need to be proactive in your health up to the very end. I would
in
think.
whatever way you can.
In whatever way you can. Yes.
Yeah, and I think most people would be on board with it. I hope. I mean,
Yeah.
I know there's people that are not. No, I don't know.
Well-
Because my circle, I would say is.
Yeah.
So I don't really know.
Well, I do know people that are not proactive, and they are they're detrimental to their own health.
Yeah.
Yeah. In whatever
Yeah.
practice or
You got one body.
Yeah.
One.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take care of it.
All right.
Yeah.
It's up on our Facebook page. Go and let us know what you think. I think we got a good one from Aaron Anderson this morning.
We did. People always say they die for their kids to protect them, but the real question is, will you live for them?
Yeah.
That's profound.
Wow.
That means a lot. Will you eat better, work out, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, he just kind of quoted that, but
It's a little lengthy, but yeah, go read that
go
one.
read that one. And
Yeah,
then your
that's
wife
good.
said, yeah, take care of the
Absolutely.
body God gave
She's
you.
really proactive about her health. She really is. Yeah.
Well, good.
All righty. Today in history. You ready for some history?
I think we should do some history.
Okay,
Dan.
class.
Dan.
Listen and learn.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
On the Atlantic flight, I had ice conditions and general storm.
That was Amelia Earhart. 96 years ago, American pilot Amelia Earhart, became the first woman to fly successfully across the Atlantic Ocean. According to NASA, she was a passenger on the flight.
Okay.
I didn't know that. She was a passenger.
Didn't know that either.
Who was the pilot? Right? Am I reading that right?
Oh, she flew across, became the first woman to fly successfully across the.
I don't get it.
She was a passenger on the flight. Okay.
That's confusing.
Oh, it was the first commercial flight, and I guess she was the first female to. I guess.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go look that up because that's conflicting to me.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
I'll have to figure that one out.
Okay, that's why you need to pay attention.
She was supposed to be the first female pilot, right?
Well, yes.
It just says the first woman. So I don't know. If any of y'all, Bill Boswell, where are you, and why are you not piping in here for me? Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
We're going to pass on this one.
Y'all
and,
go ahead and check it out.
If you see this on the test, you're going to get a pass on this one.
Yeah.
Whether you answer it right or wrong.
If the British Empire and its commonwealths last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their finest hour.
That sounds like Alfred Hitchcock for some reason.
It's not.
It's not. I know it's not. 84 years ago today, back in 1940, in a speech delivered at a critical time during World War II, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill urged his country to persevere against the Nazis.
I believe that together we laid a foundation on which we can build a more stable relationship between our two countries.
45 years ago, President Carter and Soviet President Leonid Brezhnev signed the SALT-II Strategic Arms Limitation Treaty in Vienna.
Liftoff of STS-7 and America's first woman astronaut, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
This was back in 1983, 41 years ago today. Astronaut Sally Ride became the first American woman in space when Space Shuttle Challenger took off from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. This is the voice of launch control.
One of the things that made my decision very, very difficult was trying to imagine how it must feel to him to be turned in by his own brother.
28 years ago, Theodore Kaczynski.
Dang
it. What he said.
Kaczynski, yeah.
Kaczynski was charged in 4 of the Unabomber attacks. He's been found holed up in a ramshackle cabin outside Lincoln, Montana. Authorities were led to... Here, you say it. It's not coming out of my mouth.
Kaczynski, yes.
By his brother David, who had recognized his brother's writings after reading a Unabomber manifesto published in newspapers. In a 60-minute interview, David cannot say it.
Kaczynski
Yes. Reflected on the anguish of turning his brother in. Kaczynski was found dead in the prison cell June 10th, 2023. That's like Worcestershire sauce.
It's
the same deal right there.
I don't know that if his brother had not come forward, if they would have ever found him. I mean, he was living in a shack smaller than this room.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere, and I don't even think he had electricity.
Wow.
I mean, he was off the grid.
He was off the grid for sure.
Anyway, thank goodness for his brother. Kaczynski, yeah. Now, you may have to help me with this name. 15 years ago today, 10,000 protesters filled the streets of Tehran, joining opposition leader Mir Hussein Mossavi to mourn demonstrators killed in clashes over Iranians' disputed election.
Y'all, they're testing us today.
A hard 5 years, and they've been great behind Dad and supporting Dad. My wife has been a rock.
12 years ago, former baseball star Roger Clemens was acquitted on all charges related to lying to Congress about using performance-enhancing drugs. Finally, a name I can pronounce. People.
Yeah, there we go.
I stand before you to officially launch my campaign for a second term as President of the United States.
This is back in 2019. 5 years ago, Donald Trump kicked off his presidential election bid at a rally in Orlando.
Paul McCartney was born this day 82 years ago. Wow.
Okay.
All right.
And then another birthday cut, we have singer-songwriter Ray LaMontia.
I think you're
Lamont Jim?
Lamont, I think the first one was closer.
Okay. Anyway,
We don't know how to pronounce his
he was
name.
he was born June 18th, 1973, 51 years ago, and he had a 2-time Grammy nominee winner.
Country singer Blake Shelton was born this day in 1976. He's 48.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We need to go break.
Let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have Santana Campbell, and she is the Vice President, Branch Manager here in Harrison, and also Lilly Keel.
Okay.
From Stonebank.
Boulder Banking.
Boulder Banking. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll usher them into the studio, and we'll find out all about what Stonebank does and what they do there at the bank. Stick around, stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Around the Table. We have some new guests in the studio today. Santana Campbell, right across from me here, and Lilly Keel.
Welcome to the show.
From Stone Bank.
We're glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, yeah. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming.
You're fine. You're fine.
She was wondering what kind of questions I was going to ask. I said, I might even ask you what kind of car you drive. What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a Nissan Rogue.
See?
Yeah.
I want to know what she gets her nails done because they're beautiful.
I get them done at Magic Nails, and I have to have them done.
I like the color.
She can't go without having them done. I cannot.
Well, we're here to talk about Stone Bank. Now, I am, what would you? I'm a customer of Stone Bank.
Customer.
You know what?
And a senior one to boot.
We need some T-shirt that says "I'm a Boulder customer."
I like
Boulder
that.
Bank, Stone Bank
We should
customer.
get those made. Yeah, we need to
Boulder
get with marketing.
And you know,
there you go.
One thing that I didn't know that I had the availability of is a security box.
You did not know that?
I did not know that.
Do you get your free checks?
I do.
Good.
I do.
Well, then we need to get you a safe deposit box.
Absolutely.
I knew they could hook you
You
up.
can come
Dan.
today after this.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll have to bring my pet turtle.
That is perfectly fine. Is it named Franklin?
That'd
be adorable.
That's funny.
And you're referring to their senior.
Yes, senior
checking.
account. Yeah, we want to talk a little bit about some of the features you have at Stone Bank, and one of them, because I'm over. What's the age break? 65.
So it's 62 years
62,
older or
okay.
better. So it is called the Rock of Ages account because, you know, everything has to be Stone Bank related, which we love.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
So that account is really good. We've had it for a while. So it's earning 1% for anything over 5,000. So
Okay.
you have to have that 5,000 balance, and anything after that
Yep.
earns that 1%. And you're able to get up to a $500 cash bonus with that. So
Okay.
it's pretty neat to have. We also have a free safe deposit box for a year.
Yeah.
So you need to come by and do that. And then you get a free box of checks per year. So
Yeah.
and it comes with 90 checks in a box. So
Nobody uses checks hardly anymore anyway,
Yeah.
so that would last you. You would
Yeah,
think.
I write.
would last long.
I write one check a month.
Oh,
Because
yeah, you'd be
everything
great.
everything else is, you know, you can pay through the
Electronic.
bank, right?
Yes,
You pay
yeah.
everything through the bank.
Oh yeah, debit card, ACH, you can pay it anyway
Yeah.
nowadays. So
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
2025.
Yeah.
But I still write a check. So
Do ya?
yeah, for water bill
Yeah.
and my house
Me
payment.
too.
So yeah.
Yep. Water bill and house payment. Of course, I don't have a house
Now,
payment.
why
but-
is that?
I don't know. I like to have a record of it, so that way, if I'm like, oh, I did not miss June's payment, I can go
Yes,
back and look,
yes,
and I
yes,
have in my
yes,
memo
yes,
June's
yes.
payment.
Yeah.
So it just helps me out. I'm a little old-fashioned when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So
Which is always an option with your free checks you get.
yes, for sure.
Is there a minimum balance, like to not be penalized? Or
So
anything?
as long on that account, as long as you have something just to keep it open. So if it's at a zero balance for more than 30 days, it will close out.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
well,
you
that's-
just have to make
yeah.
sure it doesn't get to a
And a
zero
minimum
balance.
to open it, or just
It's
nothing?
$100
Okay.
minimum to open that account.
Okay.
So,
But
Very good.
62. I mean, hey.
yeah, it's great. My parents are like so excited to get to that point.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, us older people need every break that we can get a hold of at our age.
well, you
know.
might as well. I mean, like I feel like that's our award for our customers.
Uh-huh.
So we want to be able to help our customers out, make their life easier.
Sure.
Their banking shouldn't be hard, you know. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
What's tribute checking?
So we've had this account for a while. I've been at the bank for 3.5 years, and we've had it for a while, and it was for our veterans because we appreciate
Okay.
our veterans and our active military. But we just extended it to other people. So now it's available for police, firefighters, first responders, teachers, and anybody in the medical profession. And that reaches quite a bit of people. So it's a really good account to have as well. That also pays 1% now for the entire account balance. You also get a free box of checks per year, a free safe deposit box for that first year.
Okay.
Wow.
It's a really good account to have. So, and there's no fees on any of our accounts. We really don't charge anything. And I think that's what sets us aside from other places is that we really try not to charge our customers fees.
Yeah.
So we know that like when we get hit with a fee or something, we're like, oh, dang.
Yeah.
So we don't want customers to feel that way.
You know, and it's something that it may not be such a big deal now, but like a debit card, if you use it or if you withdraw money, you know, sometimes there's a fee associated with that. Is that?
So we do currently have, so if you go to a foreign ATM, so
Yeah.
anywhere that's not a Stone Bank ATM, it does charge you a fee on it. I think that's pretty. I know there's a
Is that
couple
pretty
banks that do
standard?
it,
Because
but
we don't do that often. But
as
we've
long
had
as
to
you
do
use it at Stone Bank ATM, it's completely free.
Okay.
But if you go to another ATM, it does charge you a fee.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So
one thing that I like about Stone Bank, which kind of interested me when I was looking for a bank, is it's still kind of local.
yes, for sure. We're only in Arkansas.
most banks are big corporate
Right.
entities
we are
now.
not corporate. We like that about it.
Hometown banking, and when you get to where you are familiar with your customers and stuff, you can have quite a relationship, I think. More so with a hometown type bank than you can with others. You know? It's not.
Yeah.
I feel like we're.
It's more personable.
That's, yeah.
I think that's like one of the reasons we appreciate working there. We don't treat people like a number. It's more than that. And so we want to treat them like
Build
a customer, build a relationship. Yeah. And so most of our customers, it's like they walk in and it's like seeing a family member.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's great.
Now, do you offer CDs?
We do, and we actually have a high five special right now.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
I was gonna joke and say it was rock solid, but it really is. I'm kind of punny, or I try to be.
Yeah.
Lily, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so we have a 5% CD for 5 months until the end of June. So you have to come and open it by June.
It's 5% APY.
Okay.
And it's for new money. So
Explain APY for me.
So it's annual percentage yield, and so that's what you will get after it comes to maturity. Since it's in a 5-month period, that's going to be on your average balance on that. So it compounds monthly on our CDs.
Okay.
So you get that compounded, and in the end, you'll make that 5%. In the base rate, if you were to, we have customers that will take out their interest a month. So they'll get it by check, or they might just put it in their checking account to have extra spending a month. They'll just make that base rate on that, which is a 4.89 or a 4.89 base rate.
Still a good,
which is still a great rate for our area for sure.
In some days, it's better than the stock market.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. That 5%, when we got it, I was like, oh, I'm about to have some money, and I'm going to put it in there.
Yeah.
So,
there we go.
And you just have to have $1,000 minimum to open that account. The max is at $225,000 for that. It's really great. It's one of the best ones we've had in a while.
In a long time, yeah.
And I'm sure you should check back because it changes and new great deals come up too that you can take advantage of.
Yes, we actually have other CDs too. So that's one of the best ones we have. We have a 7-month at 4.75% APY too, and we also have a 13-month at 4% APY if you want it to extend a little bit longer than that. So,
I'm not. Yeah, and then when you do renew it, if you renew it, like you have to go with whatever that rate is at that time if you want to do it that way. But otherwise, you cash that sucker out and you're free money.
I know. Yeah, buy a new car.
I mean, just saying.
Yes, for sure.
And we would probably let people know that you are a member of the FDIC, and some restrictions apply as in all banks. And if you're interested in, wanting to know anything about the bank, I guess you can go to stonebank.com.
Yes, for sure. Yes. We definitely like being FDIC insured, especially.
What is that? Tell the. Can you briefly?
Yeah, so it's just making sure that your money's insured if anything was to happen, and such like a bank has a loss or they get affected, and you're only covered up to $250,000. So if you add some PODs or some other joint owners, you're covered a little more than that. Yeah. But it's just to make sure that your money is insured, and so you can get to that if you needed it.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a great
you don't
thing
lose your money.
Yeah, exactly. We don't like to lose money. So
who? No.
Now there's only one branch in Harrison.
Yes,
but did it start in Mountain View? Is that right? Mountain
yes,
View.
It used to be Ozark Heritage Bank in Mountain View, and they purchased them. And I wasn't there during that time, but I know that they kept a lot of people, which is not very normal when they buy at a bank. And so it's just really refreshing to know that our upper management always has our back and they support us in everything. It makes us feel better about appreciating our customers and taking care of our customers.
Yeah. So. And you're located where?
1302 Highway 65 North here in Harrison. So.
Okay.
And they've got a nice glass. You can't miss it.
Love the
it's
decor.
Really nice,
it's more of a, I would say, kind of retro.
It really is.
Yeah,
yes.
It doesn't look like a brick and mortar bank.
Right.
It's more of a retro.
And then on bright sunny days, I know today is a little bit rainy, but on bright sunny days, it's just so nice to have that glass. It feels like you're as close as outside as you can get. So.
That's good.
We love
all that vitamin B12.
Maybe your customers feel at home.
You had made a comment about some amenities you had there as a customer of the bank. Do you have a pavilion in the back?
Yeah, we have a pavilion in the back, and so if you guys maybe wanted to have like a little birthday party out there, or even just want to use it to advertise for something that you're selling, maybe, just get a hold of me. My direct line is 870-280-5724. We're more than welcome. We haven't used it in a while. I don't think people know about it. So
okay.
It has a little fireplace on it. It's really cute.
Okay, so it has a fireplace, and what other amenities does it have?
So we have tables and chairs too. Yes, and it's covered. So if it rains, just randomly like our Arkansas weather, you definitely are covered. You can hide under there for sure. And it also, we can open it. It has 2 bathrooms.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it has a little oven area and a fridge in there and a sink, so you can get in there and use the fridge and sink as well. Yeah.
Well,
so
you probably shouldn't have mentioned that because it will be starting to be used now.
You may have people camping out now.
So you're gonna we might. Well, as long as they open a checking account, I'm fine if they camp out there for a little bit.
Yeah. And how would they just reserve it?
Yeah, they can reserve it through us. We also have a grill. We have a stone bank grill. So you can get with any of my people, Lilly, me, anybody there, and just ask. We have a grill calendar so we can see who has it already.
Okay.
And we can reserve it. So.
All right. 4th of July is coming up.
I know. Yes, it's a nice grill too. I love it.
It's very nice.
Is there anything we forgot that needed to be mentioned?
Fortress Savings.
Oh, yes. We have a 4% APY Fortress Savings account.
Fortress Savings. Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So there's no minimum balance that you need to keep. There's unlimited withdrawals. So it used to be where you could only withdraw 6 times a month, but we've changed it to unlimited. So
Okay.
You can come in every day and get money out if you needed to. As long as we're open, of course.
Yes.
We're close to
Well, I think the bank used to feel like, well, you're using that like a checking account.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So
and
I get that. But
the interest pays out quarterly on that.
This would be a great account for someone like your grandkids or to start.
Yes. We have several people come in and open for their grandkids.
Yeah.
So
for college or their first car. It's a really great account to have.
It's very popular.
It doesn't tap out at any limit, so I mean, you can put $4 million in there and make 4% APY.
Yeah, what a great birthday present for a granddaughter or grandson.
Yeah,
you just keep putting $20 in there every month or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
And kids really like to have a folder, when they come in with their parents or their grandparents.
Oh, absolutely.
They just feel
it makes them feel important. Yeah.
And then they have we have penny pigs and some little other giveaways that we give them, and so it just makes their whole
Well, I know you got coffee and sometimes you got cookies in there.
Oh yeah, we have cookies almost every day.
Oh,
Mr.
boy.
Ramsey bakes them for us, so.
Yeah,
Ramsey Methvin.
Yep.
Oh, good old Ramsey.
Yes, I'm going to get him to come down and talk. I mentioned it to him yesterday, and he's like, I would love that, so.
I'd love to see Ramsey.
Oh, I'm sure he'd love to see y'all.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Samantha and Lily, thanks so much for coming
Santana.
in. I'm sorry,
it's okay.
Santana.
I get called everything.
Santana, I'm sorry.
I answer to it all.
Yeah, I answered everything, as long as it's nice.
They're from Stone Bank, located right here in Harrison, Arkansas. Check them out if you are thinking about going to another bank. This is the place to go.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
you
for
so much for being here with us. We are going to take another break. When we come back, we'll have more antics for you from around the table with Dan and Ann. Stay with us.
870-741-4527 or visit harrisonglass.com.
Find us on air, online, and streaming live on Facebook. Around the Table on the original KHOZ.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome back to Around the Table. It's a Wednesday, and I'm kind of taking off this week. I mean, I'm going to be here, but I'm
mentally.
We picked Sydney up from the airport last night, and we got home about it was like 9 o'clock, and we were just it's time for bed.
Heck yeah!
So we all just went. We said, "Okay, I'll see you tomorrow." But we're gonna spend a day in Fayetteville today.
Oh, today you're going to Fayetteville?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to get my TSA check thing done.
Yep.
Had an appointment. We got to be there, you know.
Yep.
And then
where do you go to do that?
There's a TSA office there.
At the airport, in the airport?
I think it's
X&A?
wherever. We've got an address, and I'm going to put it in GPS, and we're going to go there. Anyway, we're taking Sydney with us, and Sydney and Avon, and we're going to go out and have lunch.
Well, I'm sure you're going to enjoy that.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Maybe get a Happy Meal, and I'm paying for it. So I told him, I said, look, if I'm paying for it,
Ronald McDonald here.
We're on a budget here. No more than $2.52 a person.
What a disappointment, Dan. You're a disappointment to me right now.
No, we'll go someplace nice.
Good. That
Always
sounds like
nice.
a fun afternoon for sure.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I hope the weather cooperates too while y'all are out and about.
We were looking at the weather last night, and over in Benton County, where we're going to be, it's like severe weather.
Have fun with that.
Yeah.
No, but please be careful.
You'll be dodging the hailstones.
You know, I saw a picture somewhere between here and there in that area from last night where they don't have a confirmed tornado, but it was such high winds that it tore some building. I didn't have time to read about it, so they must have gotten a little more crud than I'm aware that we did.
Well, again, if you're concerned about the severe weather, check out Storm Track 360.
Right.
They have a live feed on Facebook, and they have a live feed on YouTube, I think.
Mm-hmm. They do.
Yeah, so check them out.
Okay, Dan.
What's trending over in your neck of the woods over
where
there?
the psychopaths live.
Oh, psychopaths? Oh, yeah.
Well,
I had that story here, too. Go ahead.
The four states psychopaths are most likely to live in.
Okay.
And no, you're wrong. Arkansas is not one. So...
I know a few live here in the state, though.
Nevada, New York, Texas, and South Dakota that turns people into psychopaths.
Wonder why.
It says, what is it about these states? Well, researchers at the University of Copenhagen have identified those places as America's psycho-capitals and found that growing up with a certain social influences that turn people into narcissists, stuff like fraud, corruption, and violence, New York, Nevada, and Texas have plenty of that. So what's with South Dakota? Social and financial inequality can also do the trick. It can make people crazy, I guess, is what they're saying.
And it shows there right below that the lowest states. Do you want to read those?
Okay, for what it's worth, Vermont, Utah, Maine, and Oregon have the lowest probability of producing psychopaths, mostly since there aren't a ton of rich people and everyone is mostly spread out.
Have you been to Utah?
Drove through it.
Have you drove? Okay.
Yeah.
That state is just an amazing place. Kelly and I went a few years ago, and I was just awestruck.
Were you?
At the beauty of it. I mean, there's some barren places, but it's
is it green? Is there?
There's places, yeah. It's just a beautiful place.
Well, so check out Utah.
Yeah, check out Utah.
Isn't that the? Oh yeah, I know where that. Okay.
There's no psychopaths there. Come on.
Yeah, really, it's one of the safest cities.
Speaking of Utah, Provo, Utah is the best-run city in America.
Well, there you go.
A new report from the Wallet Hub has ranked the best-run cities in the country, and Provo, Utah takes home the gold. When making the list, analysts looked at each city's safety graduation rates and government debt. Idaho has 2 cities in the top 10, Napa and Boise, alongside Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Manchester, New Hampshire. There's always a last place of this time, which is San Francisco, the Golden City. Also came in dead last for graduation rates in city. You would think it would be a little higher than that.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
Huh.
Some of those big cities,
I'm
you know,
baffled
East Coast and
sometimes.
West Coast, they just have a lot of problems.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, take some advice from Provo, Utah, and straighten your act up. Right.
Yep. And here's one. As if walking 2,200 miles wasn't enough, hikers who are attempting to finish the Appalachian Trail in one trip are stopping halfway at a general store for another hurdle. It's called the Ice Cream Challenge.
No.
And the goal is to finish a half gallon before you continue your hike.
Huh?
Yeah, that would be
What?
like Brain Freeze City for me. If you finish, you get a wooden spoon and your picture on the wall. Hiking the entire trail, which starts in Georgia and ends in Maine, comes out to about 5 million steps.
What's the ice cream have to do with it?
They just have some food. You know, they had to have some gimmick to come at the mid section.
So while you're walking, you got to eat 5 gallons of ice cream?
No. When you stop at that break, it has one break. When you stop at that break, that's when you stay there however long it takes you to, I guess, eat a gallon of ice cream.
You can't go any further.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they can or not.
Wow.
But how are they going to prove you ate it?
I've got an old wooden spoon, and I can put a picture of myself on any kind of wall.
I walked the Appalachian Trail and stopped and won the ice cream challenge.
Oh, that's funny. That's
funny.
funny.
It's kind of weird what, okay. That's probably means a lot to the hikers of the world.
Now, I don't know how well this story is going to come across to everybody because it takes place in Bristol, England.
Okay.
But it says the title of the story is Solved: The Mystery of the Green Traffic Dots. That gets you to wonder. Okay. Imagine walking up to find a bunch of green dots painted on the street. And what would you think if you saw a bunch of green dots?
What? Where?
Yeah, you'd be saying what's this? Well, this happened in Bristol, England, and a week later, the mystery has finally been solved. The town has behind it the whole time. It turns out it's some kind of traffic calming experiment.
Do we really need to be experimenting?
I'm sure this is all subliminal.
Okay.
They think that the 3-foot wide green dots could have the same effect as speed bumps or obstacles. Now, who did they consult for this?
No, but you think about it. If you came across that, wouldn't you stop and go, okay, am I
I'd be
supposed
saying,
to
what
cross
is it?
here? Or, you
Right.
would be hesitant.
Until you found out.
You found out.
And then you would
blow
it's
through
a
it.
green dots, big deal. But anyway, it says they think that the 3 green dots could have some kind of calming effect and create an effect the same thing as a speed bump or obstacle. So far, though, the painted dots have only made it more slippery for bicycles. So it really didn't work.
Oh, wow.
Sorry to deflate the balloon on this story. Sometimes we have those kind of stories.
Are you ever sorry you brought it up?
Yes. I read it and I'm going, oh, I hope I hope I can stretch this to make it sound good.
Y'all, Heinz is doing something good.
Is that like tomato ketchup?
Yeah, like
Heinz?
Heinz.
Okay.
Kraft Heinz.
Is that the one where it's anticipation? Is that the one?
What? Yes.
Is that Heinz?
That's Heinz, isn't it? Well, I hope you like clear Jell-O because Kraft Heinz has announced that it's getting rid of artificial dyes in its foods by 2027, and kudos to you for that.
How come it's taking them so long? Can't you just stop putting it in there now?
Yeah, really. Well, it may take that long to get all the shelf life off of the ones that don't have it, right? Maybe.
How long? Ketchup,
it can't be like an overnight thing, can it?
And when you go to a restaurant, and there's ketchup and mustard on the tables.
How are you gonna know the difference?
Right? Don't you have to? You don't have to refrigerate those, right? Because they're there all the time.
They are. Yeah, I guess so.
Are there preservatives in it? That's tomatoes. Don't they get rotten? I mean,
I don't know the answers to these questions.
I know, but
that's a good thought. Yeah. I put mine in the fridge.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
So I don't know.
I wonder if the restaurants.
And butter too. I don't leave my butter out.
Oh, I leave the butter out.
Do you really?
Yes.
Does it not ever?
Oh,
does it not do anything?
It's soft. It gets soft.
But it doesn't get gross.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I didn't think about that. No.
Are you sure?
Huh.
You know when you had to run to the bathroom those times?
And it and it's real butter too. I mean, it's not like margarine. It's real butter.
I get it.
I buy real butter.
You should research that. Can I go ahead with my story here?
If you would stop diverting your attention somewhere else, yeah, go ahead.
The company says 90% of its products are already free of fake food dyes, and anything that still has them will be replaced with natural colors. If natural colors aren't available, Kraft said, it will reinvent food colors. So.
Well, they should.
Purple ketchup.
Of course, here's the problem. Red dye number 12 or whatever it is. Number 2. Red dye number 2 is known to be a carcinogenic or bad for you or whatever. So they're going to invent new dye, and that's going to be on the market for 10, 15, 20 years. And then they're going to find out that dye is bad for you.
That's probably true. Truer than we think.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Oh, well.
Can we take a break?
Let's take one more break.
Can we take a break?
And we'll separate ourselves during we don't talk during the show because we don't like each other at all.
Yep. Oh, what? I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I was thinking.
We're going to take a break, and Ann will be back, and I will be mentally absent. Stick around. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Around the Table. It is Wednesday, and we've got some weather coming in, so keep a check out of today's weather. Stormtrack 360 is a good visual place to do that. They're on Facebook and also on YouTube. They'll go live if severe weather happens, so keep them checked out. They also have an app that you can download on your phone.
Did you download it, Dan?
I have it.
I do too.
I think I've got it right here.
Somewhere. It's got a little tornado on it. It's green like that right there. Well, you can't
I think I have it somewhere.
But they are very good to.
Right there it is.
You can. I guess you can sign up for push alerts as well. So.
Oh.
So remember to do that.
There's a section there you can look at. You can listen to news and weather. Radio, weather, news, and a menu. Let's go back here. Anyway, Stormtrack 360. Check them out. They have a free app that you can download. All right.
Free.
Free.
It says free. You got any stories, Dan?
Let's see. More people now get their news from social media than television. It's just too easy.
True.
Why wait for the 6 o'clock news when you can just grab your phone and say what's going on?
Now, social media will lead me to have to go to other sources to check. But
you're probably like me. You'll look at stories; they'll pop up, and it depends on how you've set up your notifications. You can have notifications come to you or not, and then when it comes over social media, I'll go to the television and see if there's anything live or.
If there's, you have to be the detective here.
Yeah. Anyway, more people are using social media now, and for the first time ever, TikTok beats out television.
Wow.
A new study finds that more than half of Americans get their news from social media instead of television, with people gravitating towards podcasters and video platforms. Researchers found that Facebook and YouTube are the most popular places for people to go get their news. However, more than 70% of Americans still say they can't tell what's true or false online.
There you go, just what we said.
Yeah.
But, for you TikTok users that need and do that, the extended deadline to sell TikTok to an American owner is on Thursday. And if you're worried that the app will go dark, there's word the president is extending the deadline again, at least until September. They hope that extra 90 days will give them enough time to convince the Chinese to sell it. Congress and the White House are worried about what they could do with all the data that they've collected from TikTok.
Well, if you think that you're free of any data collection about you personally, you're living in a fog, because they can grab information from you. If you have a cell phone, you can be talking about something, and it will listen to that, and it will start putting ads about what you've talked about. And that's happened to me several times.
It happens all the time. If you research one thing on Facebook or whatever, then your ads are filled with that.
Yep. So unless you keep your mouth shut all day long, and
which is highly unlikely.
Well, even if you do any research, once you're searching somewhere, that the information is metadata that's collected. There. Anyway, it's National Picnic Day.
It is?
It is Picnic Day.
Oh, let's hope the rain, if you decide to picnic, then please rain all the way.
Take some rain gear.
All the way.
National Picnic Day. Picnic Day. Did you know the word picnic comes from the French pique-nique, which means a meal eaten outdoors?
Picnic.
Okay.
It's also National Panic Day.
Ah!
The word panic comes from the Greek. I didn't know that. Anyway, Pan was the ancient god of shepherds.
Right.
And it was said that when he'd wake up from a nap, he'd let out a yell, freaking out the flocks. Somehow that became the word for the disorder so many of us suffer from. Just the feeling when we get halfway to work, when we can't remember if we turned off the stove. That kind of feeling, that panicky feeling.
Yeah.
But okay. National Go Fishing Day.
Go fish.
And speaking of fish.
Sushi. Sushi Day.
National Splurge Day. Go ahead and make it rain.
Probably will splurge on a meal this afternoon.
And then anniversary of the first American woman in space.
All right. And we had a great day today. Go check out Boulder Banking there at Stone Bank. They're open today. And go see Santana and
or
Lilly.
Lilly.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys. We had a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.